There is a part of you that is running your life, and you may not even know its name. It is the part that says yes when you mean no. It is the part that feels a primal terror at the thought of disappointing someone. It is the part that believes its survival depends on being helpful, pleasing, and good. It is not your logic. It is not your adult wisdom. It is your inner child. This is not just a poetic concept. In the landscape of the psyche, as mapped by pioneers like Carl Jung, the inner child is a powerful, autonomous reality. It is the part of you that holds the emotional memories, the unmet needs, and the survival programming from your earliest years. And when that child feels unsafe, unseen, or unheard, it will hijack the adult. It will drive you to seek safety in the old, familiar way, by abandoning yourself to please others. As Jung himself said, the child is the all-important, the essential, the thing that spells salvation or destruction. To heal our people-pleasing, we must turn toward this child, not with judgment, but with profound compassion. Today, we are going on a journey to meet them. This will be a gentle, guided visualization to create a safe space for that first sacred meeting. If you are ready to come home to the most vulnerable part of yourself, I invite you to set the intention. Write in the comments below, I am ready to meet myself.
Before we begin our journey inward, it is important to understand why this connection is so vital. Why is meeting this inner child the key to unlocking the chains of people-pleasing? Because the people-pleaser, the part of you that says yes when it means no, is not your adult self. It is a role, a strategy. A strategy developed by a very young, very intuitive part of you to navigate a world that felt emotionally unsafe. This inner child learned, through the subtle and not-so-subtle cues of your early environment, what was required to receive love, approval, and most importantly, safety. Perhaps it learned that its own needs were an inconvenience. Perhaps it learned that its anger was dangerous. Perhaps it learned that its value was directly tied to its ability to be helpful and problem-free. So it created a program, a brilliant survival software based on a simple premise. If I can anticipate and meet the needs of others, if I can make them happy and comfortable, then I will be safe. I will be loved. I will belong. This program was a masterpiece of adaptation. It helped you survive. But here's the crucial part. You grew up. The world changed. You are an adult now, with resources, with choices, with strength. But that inner child did not. It is, in a sense, frozen in time. Still running the old software, still operating from the old map of the world where your survival depended on your compliance. So today, when your boss asks you to work late or a friend asks for a favor you don't have the energy for, your adult mind might know what it wants to say. But the inner child, feeling the potential for disapproval as a primal threat, hijacks your nervous system. It takes the wheel. It says yes for you. Not to be nice, but to keep you safe according to its old, outdated definition of safety. Your people-pleasing is a profoundly misguided act of love from your inner child towards you. This is why we cannot simply decide to stop people-pleasing through willpower alone. That is like the adult yelling at the terrified child who is driving the car. It only creates more fear and more inner conflict. The only way to change the behavior is to go to the source, to meet the child who is running the program, and to gently, lovingly let them know that things have changed. To let them know that you, the adult, are here now, and you can handle it, you can keep them safe. So, this visualization we are about to do is not just an exercise in imagination. It is a neurological and psychological intervention. It is an act of communicating with a very real part of your psyche. Our intention is simple: to create a safe space, to witness, and to listen. There is no goal to fix or change the child. The healing happens not through fixing, but through connection itself. Before we start, I invite you to find a comfortable and private space where you will not be disturbed for the next few minutes. Sit down in a chair, with your feet flat on the floor, or lie down if that feels better for you. Loosen any tight clothing, and just take a moment to arrive in your body. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to achieve. Your only job is to be present and compassionate with whatever arises. If at any point this feels like too much, you can simply open your eyes and bring your awareness back to the room. You are in complete control. Remember, this is a space of absolute safety, a sanctuary you are building for yourself and for the part of you that has been waiting so long to be found. I want you to know that I have walked this path myself. I remember the first time I did this. I was filled with a mix of skepticism and fear. What would I find? What if I didn't find anything? What if I found something I couldn't handle? But what I found was not a monster. I found a small, lonely part of myself that was just so tired of trying so hard. And the simple act of seeing it, of acknowledging its presence, changed everything. So, trust the process. Trust yourself. Let's take a deep breath in together. And as you exhale, gently allow your eyes to close. The first step is simply to feel your body in this moment. Feel the weight of it, supported by the chair or the bed. Feel the air on your skin. Listen to the distant sounds in the room, and let them be a part of your experience without needing to label them. Bring your attention to your breath, noticing the gentle rise and fall of your chest or your stomach. You don't need to change your breath in any way. Just follow it. In and out. With each exhale, feel your body becoming a little heavier, a little more relaxed. Letting go of the day, letting go of the expectations. Just being here, now, in this safe and quiet space. Now, I want you to imagine a place in your mind's eye that feels completely, 100% safe to you. It could be a place you know in real life or a place from your imagination. Perhaps it's a sun-drenched beach with the sound of gentle waves. Perhaps it's a cozy, fire-lit cabin in the woods. Or a beautiful, magical garden filled with flowers. Take a moment to create this place in your mind. See the colors. Hear the sounds. Feel the temperature on your skin. This is your sacred inner sanctuary. A place where only you are allowed. A place where you are completely safe and completely at peace. Spend a moment just being in this place. Feeling its calm. Feeling its safety. This is the space we will invite our inner child into.
Now, as you rest in this beautiful, safe space you have created, I want you to gently set an intention. The intention to meet the part of you that holds your childhood wounds and survival strategies. Your inner child. Just hold that intention softly, and then invite them to appear. There is no need to force anything. Simply ask, in your mind, for them to show themselves to you. They may appear at a distance, or right beside you. They may look exactly as you remember yourself as a child, or they may look different. Just be open to whatever image or even just a feeling arises. Take a moment and just observe. Who is the child that has appeared for you today? How old are they? What are they wearing? What is the expression on their face? Are they looking at you, or are they looking away?
Are they standing strong, or are they huddled in a corner? There is no right or wrong image. Whatever has appeared is perfect. Your only job is to witness them without judgment. This is the first gift you can give them, the gift of being seen. Now, from your place as the compassionate adult, I want you to slowly approach them. Move with a gentleness that communicates safety. If they seem hesitant or afraid, stop at a comfortable distance. If it feels right, get down on their level. Kneel down or sit on the ground so you are eye to eye. Let them see in your face that you are not here to demand anything, to fix anything, or to judge anything. You are simply here to be with them. Take a deep breath, and from your heart, I want you to ask them a simple question. Silently, in your mind, ask, "What do you need from me right now?" And then, just listen. The answer may not come in words. It may come as a feeling, a sensation, an image. Perhaps they need a hug. Perhaps they need to hear that they are loved. Perhaps they need you to say, "It wasn't your fault." Perhaps they just need you to sit with them in silence. Trust the first thing that comes to you. The wisdom of your psyche knows exactly what this child needs. Now, whatever the answer was, I invite you to give it to them. If they need a hug, imagine yourself wrapping your strong adult arms around their small body. Feel what it's like to hold them, to protect them. Imagine pouring all the love and compassion from your heart into this embrace. Let them feel, perhaps for the first time, what it is like to be held unconditionally. If they need to hear certain words, say them now, silently, in your mind. "I am so sorry you had to go through that. You did the best you could. You are so loved. You don't have to be perfect for me to love you. You are safe now." Say the words that you, as a child, always longed to hear. And watch how your inner child receives them. Notice any shift in their posture, in their expression. Notice any shift in your own body as you offer this healing balm. If they just need you to be with them, then just be with them. Sit beside them in your beautiful, safe place. Let them know through your calm, steady presence that they are no longer alone. The adult is here. The protector is here. They can finally rest. Spend a few more moments in this connection. This is a sacred meeting. This is the work of what Carl Jung would call integration. You are bringing a lost, exiled part of your shadow back into the fold of your conscious love. You are not fixing the past. You are healing its impact on your present. You are reassuring the part of you that is running the people-pleasing program that its job is done, that it doesn't have to work so hard anymore, that it can let go of the hypervigilance, that it can trust you, the adult, to navigate the world. Now, before we leave this sacred space, it is important to offer one last piece of reassurance. Look at your inner child one more time and make them a promise. Tell them, "I will be back." Let them know that this is not a one-time visit, that you are building a new relationship with them, that you will continue to check in, to listen, and to care for their needs. This promise builds trust. It helps the most vulnerable part of you begin to believe that it can truly rely on you. Feel the truth of that promise in your own heart. And when you are ready, gently begin to bring your awareness back to the feeling of your breath, back to the feeling of your body in the chair, back to the sounds in the room around you. And when it feels right, slowly, gently open your eyes. Welcome back.
Take a moment. Notice how you feel right now after that journey. You may feel calm. You may feel emotional. You may feel a new sense of quiet inside. Whatever you are feeling, just allow it to be here. What you have just done is profound. You have established a conscious connection with the part of your psyche that has been running the show from behind the scenes. You have offered it the very things it has always craved: safety, witness, and unconditional love. So, how does this one act of connection begin to dismantle a lifetime of people-pleasing? It works on multiple levels. On a neurological level, you have just created a new experience for your nervous system. Instead of the usual pattern of, I have a need, that feels dangerous, I must please others to be safe, you have introduced a new loop. I have a need, I can turn inward, I can give myself a feeling of safety. This is a radical rewiring. Each time you connect with your inner child in this way, you are strengthening this new neural pathway. You are building your capacity for self-regulation and internal safety. As this inner safety grows, the compulsive, fear-driven need to get safety from outside approval begins to diminish. The fawn response has less reason to activate because the inner child is starting to learn that you, the adult, are a reliable source of security. On a psychological level, this practice is a direct antidote to the core wounds of small t trauma. If your wound was invisibility, you have just offered the gift of being seen. If your wound was conditional love, you have just offered unconditional presence. If your wound was feeling like a burden, you have just shown that you are willing and able to care for your own needs. This begins to heal the fundamental split within your psyche. In Jungian terms, you are integrating the shadow. The inner child, with all its unacceptable needs and feelings, is a huge part of the personal shadow for the people-pleaser. By bringing this child into the light of your conscious awareness and compassion, you are making yourself more whole. You are no longer at war with yourself. The adult and the child are starting to work as a team. Let's imagine how this plays out for our friend Maria, the lawyer. The next day, she is in a meeting. A partner asks her to take the lead on a new, high-stress case that will require her to cancel her long-planned vacation. The old Maria would have felt the immediate panic. The inner child, fearing disapproval and wanting to prove her worth, would have hijacked her system. The yes would have come out automatically, followed by a week of resentment and exhaustion. But today is different. Because yesterday, she met her inner child. She met the little girl who was so tired of performing. So now when the request is made, Maria feels the familiar tug of fear, but she also feels a new presence inside her, a new loyalty. She takes a quiet breath, and she imagines for just a split second that brave, compassionate adult self she was in the visualization, holding the hand of her inner child. She is anchoring herself in this new internal connection. From this place of wholeness, she can speak. She says, "Thank you for considering me for this. It sounds like an important case. Unfortunately, I will have to decline as I have a non-negotiable commitment to my family and my own well-being during that time." The words are clear, kind, firm,
and they come from a place of deep internal alignment. Her adult self is speaking while also honoring the needs of her inner child for rest and peace. The inner child, feeling protected and seen by the adult, no longer needs to activate the fawn response. It can relax. It can trust. This is what integration looks and feels like. It's not that the fear disappears. It's that your connection to your own compassionate adult self becomes stronger than the fear. This is a practice. It is a relationship you are building. Just like any relationship, it requires time, consistency, and commitment. Some days, the connection will feel strong and clear. Other days, the old programming will be loud, and the inner child may feel distant or distrustful. That's okay. On those days, your only job is to be gentle, to remember that you are unlearning a lifetime of conditioning. The invitation is simply to keep showing up, to keep creating that safe space, to keep listening, to keep offering that unconditional care. The more you practice this internal connection, the less you will feel the compulsive need to manage the external world. Your center of gravity will shift from seeking validation outside to generating safety inside. And from that place of inner safety, a true, authentic no can finally be spoken. Not as an act of defiance, but as a simple, peaceful, and honest expression of your own beautiful, integrated self. You are not just stopping a behavior. You are coming home.
Today, you have done something profoundly courageous. You have turned inward, not with criticism, but with compassion. You have journeyed to a hidden landscape within your own psyche to meet the part of you that has been running the survival programs of your past, your inner child. We have learned that people-pleasing is not a character flaw. It is a strategy, a cry for help from a younger self who learned that their safety depended on their compliance. And we have experienced, through a guided visualization, that the antidote to this pattern is not willpower, but connection. By offering your inner child the safety, witness, and unconditional presence they always needed, you begin to heal the root of the compulsion. You are building a new foundation of inner security, one where your adult self is in the driver's seat, and your inner child can finally rest, knowing they are loved and protected. This is the homecoming. It is the beginning of the end of the inner war. The journey of healing is a journey of integration, of bringing all the parts of yourself home. It is the commitment to no longer abandon yourself for the comfort of others. You are worthy of your own care. You are worthy of your own voice. You are worthy of a life lived from a place of wholeness, not from a place of fear. This work of meeting the inner child is a cornerstone of the larger journey of what Carl Jung called shadow work. The inner child, with all its unmet needs and suppressed emotions, is a significant part of what makes up our personal shadow. But it is not the only part. The shadow also contains the anger we were taught was unacceptable, the ambition we were told was selfish, the creativity we never allowed ourselves to explore. It is the totality of who we are that we have disowned to be acceptable. So how do we begin to understand this larger concept of the shadow? Why is embracing it in its entirety the true key to unlocking our fullest potential and living a truly authentic life? That is the vast, mysterious, and powerful territory we will begin to map out in our very next conversation, as we ask the question, what is Carl Jung's shadow? For this week, your practice is one of maintenance and connection.
I invite you to keep the channel to your inner child open. Each morning, before you start your day, take just 60 seconds. Close your eyes, place a hand on your heart, and bring to mind the image of the inner child you met today. Simply send them a feeling of love, a whisper of, "Good morning, I'm here." That is all. This small daily act of remembrance reinforces the new relationship. It tells them again and again, you are not forgotten. You are a part of me. You are safe. To anchor this beautiful work, I invite you to share just one word in the comments below. After this experience, what is one word you would offer to your own inner child? Let's fill this space with our collective healing. Thank you for your open heart. The journey home continues.